Hello everybody, this is me Johan here. I've been using the HTC U11 for the past 1 week as my primary device, and the phone I'm using is a 1-year-old device. So there were a lot of things I felt that really held up really well in the phone, and a few things that annoyed me a little bit. So I'm going to let you guys know exactly what were the things I liked and did not like about the phone. The first thing I really loved in the HTC U11 was the quality of audio this phone produces. I mean, it is amongst the best audio you could possibly get on a phone. I mean, so crisp and so clear and so loud is the audio on this. It just blew me away altogether. You guys can listen to a clip right now. To see how full it is. This gives you an idea how full, so loud, so clear. I mean, this is literally the best stereo speaker experience on any phone right now. I mean, certainly the loudest. The next feature I really loved on the HTC U11 was a quick squeeze feature to just allow me to get into the camera app instantly. You can just have a look at it. I just squeeze this and voila, you're instantly into the camera app. So this saves a lot of time basically. It's really fast and really smooth. I'll show it to you one more time. See, the screen is locked right now, and just feel this again. A quick squeeze and you're into the camera. Really helpful and really nifty feature, and it's a huge thumbs up from my side. The next feature I really loved on this phone was the IP67 water rating. I mean, I accidentally dropped this phone into my tub a few days back, and I was surprised to see there was absolutely no issues whatsoever, and the IP67 rating is legit, and it just goes to say that if you are out traveling and on a bike, for an example, and it lands up raining all of a sudden, it's safe to say that you will not face much issues with this phone, and that's a huge assurity, and again a huge thumbs up. Surprisingly, the battery life on this phone has held up extremely well as well. You got to understand one thing. This phone's got a Quad HD display. It's a 1440p display. It's not an AMOLED, it's a Super LCD display, and it's got a Snapdragon 835 octa-core processor and 6 gigs of RAM inside. And keep in mind, it's a 5.5-inch display as well. Despite all of this, this phone has an extremely tiny 3000 milliampere battery inside. On first impressions, what would you think? Okay, this phone is going to give me maximum 3, maybe 3.5 hours of screen on time. I'm happy to report to you that this phone has been averaging me about 5 hours of screen on time, and plus on most occasions. I'm getting between 5 and 5.5 hours of screen on time. That is with Wi-Fi and 4G mix. If you're only going to use it on 4G, you'll get close to 5 hours of screen on time, but 4.5 to 4 hours and 45 minutes. If you're only going to use it on Wi-Fi, you will get 5.5, sometimes even miraculously up to 6 hours of screen on time. Battery life on this phone, considering the powerful specs inside and a rather tiny battery used inside, has been stellar. Another thing that's been extremely impressive about the HTC U11 has been its rear camera. I mean, HTC has historically failed in one department, and that has always been the camera department. And I'm happy to report to you that in this department as well, they have really shined very brightly over here. I mean, some of the shots this phone takes on its rear camera are just incredibly crisp and incredibly detailed, not only during daytime but also surprisingly during nighttime as well. You guys can have a look at some of the shots I took on this phone. I mean, some of these shots just came out beautiful. Another very impressive thing about the HTC U11 has been its looks. I mean, just have a look at it. It is an unbelievably good looking phone. Just look at this. It's a mirror black. It's a mirror back glass, and it's the blue color. It just looks beautiful. I mean, it's really catchy. Just have a look at it. I mean, this is a really, 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 really beautiful phone. I mean, I gotta say one thing. Whenever I go out and show off this phone to my friends, I mean, everybody asks me, which phone is this? I mean, it's literally an attention magnet as far as its looks are concerned. So, yeah, in the looks frontier, this is an extremely good-looking phone. What's surprisingly extremely impressive about this phone has been its charging speeds. I mean, I might be out of juice altogether. I might just have 10% battery left, and within half an hour, that's just 30 minutes, I can get up to 50% of charge from its bundle charger. And the phone goes from 0 to 100% charge in just about 80 minutes, so that's about an hour and 20 minutes. So the charging speeds on this phone via the bundle charger from HTC have been super impressive and have always bailed me out of trouble whenever I required it. So that's a huge thumbs up for this phone. I've told you guys everything I loved about the phone. I'm just going to let you guys know what are the things I didn't quite like about the phone. There have been a very few things I did not like. And the number one thing I did not like all that much about this phone is, sometimes when I take pics on this phone, the phone's brightness would automatically become extremely dim. And, this has been a little annoying. So even when I go back and try to adjust the brightness, for a while, that dimness would just remain like that. I don't know, this is probably a ploy that HTC have devised on this phone to probably save out on battery life. And another thing is the phone's overall screen brightness. See, this is in average lighting conditions right now. I've got about, I'll show you how much I got about, yeah, there's about 60% of screen brightness. I'm going to crank it all the way up to 100%. It looks extremely bright at 100% brightness. You can have a look at it for yourself. But this is indoors. But if I take this phone outdoors, I have to tell you one thing. If you are planning on using this phone in direct sunlight, the screen might not be very, very visible. I mean, it's visible for the most part, but it's not all that clear. So the screen brightness, I felt, could have been a little better on this phone. The next thing would be with its charger. If you guys use the supplied charger used by HTC, only can you achieve the super fast charging speed. If you use any other charger, this phone is not going to charge as fast. And this is not really a con, but I'm just nitpicking in a way. So if you use any other charger, I mean Type-C charger, fast charger, it's not going to charge as fast as the charger provided by HTC. So I wouldn't really call this a con, but it's, like I said previously as well, it's just nitpicking at the most. Last thing I did not like so much about this phone has been the fact that this, you can have a look at it for yourself. This phone does not have the headphone jack. So every time I land up playing audio on this phone, I need to be using the supplied dongle by HTC. So this dongle needs to be inserted right inside, and along with that, HTC have also provided headphones for the phone. So this is a little bit annoying. But to be very honest, HTC have provided headphones with the Type-C connection over here, so that's not much of a problem as far as I'm concerned. But in case I'm going to go ahead and use a new set of headphones, if I don't take my HTC headphones along with me and I need to use normal headphones, it's compulsory that I need to be taking that dongle along with me. So it's a little annoying, but the audio experience on this phone, it just makes you forget everything else. Alright, the last thing is, does this phone still make sense in 2018? Well, if first class audio quality, standout looks, near stock Android, fast and consistent performance, good all day battery life, IP water ratings, rare camera performance is your priority, it is currently available on Flipkart for around rupees 40,000. And if you can avail it with the various cashback offers and exchange schemes, and to be very honest, if you can avail this anywhere between 30 and 35,000 rupees, I would still say this phone is an excellent buy. For 40,000 rupees, I will not recommend you this phone, because the LG G7 ThinQ with a Snapdragon 845 IP68 rating, a slightly better set of cameras, and equivalent audio experience is available for that same price with the same 6 GB of RAM and 128 GB of internal storage. So somewhere around 30 to 35,000, if you can get this phone for around a price around 35,000, I would recommend you guys to buy it. Some of you might be saying, oh, the OnePlus 6 with a Snapdragon 845 I can avail for 35,000 rupees. Yeah, but that does not have an IP water rating, and the audio is nowhere near as good as this. Believe me, the audio of the OnePlus 6 sounds extremely inferior in front of this. And to be very honest, the battery life on this phone I feel is consistently maybe around 15-20% even better than the OnePlus 6, despite the fact that it has a smaller size battery inside. And on top of it, you have a quad HD display. So if you are watching videos VR, the quality of images seen on this phone is going to be way better than what you see on the OnePlus 6. So if you guys can avail the phone for around 30 to 35,000 rupees, somewhere around that range, I would still say this phone would be an amazing buy even today in 2018. And keep in mind one more thing, this phone is going to receive Android Pie very soon as well. It's one of the HTC phones that are scheduled to receive Android Pie. That's it for me today, guys. I hope you guys really liked the video. If you guys are interested in following me from here on, I suggest you guys to go and hit the subscribe button right down there, and right after that hit the notifications icon so that you guys get notified with the latest videos the second they're uploaded on YouTube by me. So I wish all of you a tremendous day ahead of you. Ciao for now.